Hello everybody, welcome back to HBM Mod. Last episode, we got started on, well, welding the titanium plates, the watz reactor stuff. Well, we've already basically finished the watz reactor. We're just waiting on those welded plates to get done. And while we're waiting on them, we'll set up the exterior of the reactor and also start planning out how everything's going to go into place. So, we'll get started here with this. As you can see, we're going to put it in the corner here. Or should we put it in the center? Make it look all nice. No. But we're going to have to make some turbines for this. A couple of the small turbines should do. And then we'll need industrial boilers. Let's make that a bit... Yeah, I like this positioning actually. That's pretty nice. But I just want to keep it symmetrical kind of. I want to put it in the corner. Like this. That's pretty good. We can start placing down the elements for it, which go in the middle. These guys are like your core components of this thing. These guys only go on the outside. Interesting. And this guy goes in the middle. Boom. 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 Awesome. This is awesome. The next thing that we're going to have to do is set up the actual coolant loop and stuff for this and make coolant. Which we have not made coolant yet because we don't use coolant for anything other than, you know, this thing. So, it used to be used in the big reactor or whatever it was called back in the day. Which was, before PWR was added, we had that thing, which was pretty awesome. I liked that thing. Wish we still had it, but PWR definitely is better. For sure. I like that the core component was glowing. That was adding a lot of light to the room, but no. So basically, as you can see, we got a 3x3 3-tolt structure. We build a core like this. At the bottom of this one is the core component. And we put the watts pump on top of that. But then on the outside here, we have a bunch of other stuff, which we have to do first. Before we can actually put this watz reactor together, we need to have these outer components. Which, I mean, I'm excited about this part. Oh my gosh. Which those other components that we're going to make are going to be made inside of the assembly machine. We're just waiting on them to get done. The other things we need are like steel tanks. Titanium steel tanks, I think. How corrosive is the watz mud? I think it's able to be stored in a steel tank. I'm not too sure. We need to have some kind of buffer to prevent it from overflowing too much. We might want to make some of those big tanks, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and see about the actual solidifiers. So inside of the actual reactor here that we're building, right, needs these guys, which are... These are able to centrifuge the watz mud that comes out and turn it into good stuff. So we need to have centrifuges for that. And we should have a gas centrifuge template and a centrifuge thingy. Let's go ahead and see what it takes to make these. Also, we're going to have a centrifuge overclocking upgrade potentially. Looks like it hasn't changed how you make it, which is nice. We're going to need, like, how many of these? Probably 6 or 8. Because last time I did 6, things went bad. Alright, let's just multiply that recipe by 8. We're going to need... And we're going to have them all running the actual upgrade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, that's pretty easy. So I guess 32 divided by 4 is 8. I don't know. 8 times 4 is... Yeah, it'd be 40, 32. 16. Okay, we'll switch that down to 8. We need dash now, which we have 2 ingots of dash. The watz reactor used to be a multi-block made from, like, concrete and stuff, and it was a pretty interesting thing. It had a filter and everything. I like that the filter got removed, because the filter was not fun. It just wasn't. But, oh, hey, we're gonna have to make motors again. That's fun. Awesome. I need to grab the dash, though. So the reason you're gonna need these is because the watz reactor generates a lot of toxic mud, and if it generates too much toxic mud, then it will just explodicate, and bad stuff happens if it explodicates. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now let's go ahead and see if we're running low on power yet, because when we run low on power, which is inevitably going to happen at some point, that will be a problem. And I'm going to have to turn on the fusion reactor, but I cannot run it with the titanium steel running at the same time. I don't think we're going to run out of power, because we have 400 gija HE downstairs. 32. What else does it need? Steel. Oh, it needs 2 dash ingots. I can actually cut that in half. Okay, perfect. 8 steel plates for each one, which means he's going to need a stack of steel plates for all 8 of them, because 8 times 8 is 64. I think. But, I mean, I'm definitely right. I'm right. This is enough. Okay, and we're going to put in the... it's going to need 4 heating coils for each one, and 1 military-grade circuit board, which we've already done. And on the other assembling machine, we'll make the centrifuge elements. So this poisonous mud actually goes through the gas centrifuges, giving you lead, dust, a whole bunch of good stuff. It's going to give you a lot of that stuff. So keep that in mind, that in order to actually keep up with this thing, you're going to need a bunch of machinery, which is a problem, but it's not a big problem. As long as you have the technology to make the machines, you'll be pretty much good. So this will make 4 crafts of motors. Like if we go like this, it gives you, each one of these is 2 motors. So that's, well, I mean, 2 times 5, it's 2 motors for each one. It's 8. That's 8 motors, and I need 32 motors. I need 32 motors, don't I? What? Oh, that'd be 4 groups of 20, wouldn't it? Because, yeah, that just is what the math is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of 4 of these guys, and that would be 80 of those. That's a lot of iron. But we're about to be making a lot of iron, so I'm not really concerned with that. We do have to shred up more iron to make Shrabadate. But this also provides us with a way of automating that, technically. Because I can just have the iron powder be used from that process on Shrabadate. And whenever one of the machines overflows, then I can have, basically I'm going to have 2 tanks, and whenever one of the tanks gets too full, it will dump. So you can use electricity to control that type of system. Anyway, we need a bunch of this today. How much of that? Well, because we're making a bunch of these, I don't even know. Probably just a bunch. Just make like 3 stacks. You know, welding should make a sound, right? Like, it shouldn't just be like no sound. Silent welding, stealth welder. What is this? Oh, okay. We're gonna go ahead and do 1, 2. Oh, we're out of red copper. Fun. That's fun. That hasn't happened in a very long time. Let's go ahead and get some more Minecraft grade copper and start smelting it up. This hasn't happened in so long that... Oh, we also need to make those. The heating coils, right? Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff to do for these. And then we have to make the actual upgrades for them. Alright, so now we just gotta take these to here and start cooking these up inside the machinery. Which this guy looks pretty fine. And this guy also looks pretty fine. Just ignore the coal in there. Perfect. And we should be making those. We have 8 iron ingots ready to go. And every ingot, well, every 8 ingots of Minecraft grade copper makes 8 of those. So now we just have the last 16 of these. 24 left. 24 left. I just gotta get 24 Minecraft grade copper. Do we even have space for that? Well, now we do. Clearly. Kind of a process. How's the welding going? We're at 24 or 48, so we're halfway done. We are halfway done with those. I think by next episode, we'll have the whole thing crafted. It's just the welding of those titanium plates is going to take forever. I even thought to do it on my own, but I was like, yeah, let's just not do that. I don't know. Just seems like the I kind of like this. How do you even do this? Is this Unreal Engine 4 or something? Should whack stuff. Oh, we only need 24 of these. So I need to do 3 stacks of wires. 1, 2, 3. That should be good. So now we're done. This is some of the stuff. Hold on. Why is this like this? I have this all wrong. I have it set to 25 on those. Okay. Okay, well, we'll take the extra and we'll just split it down. Oh crap. Well, that's fine. It's actually because I got one of these. Perfect. That's amazing. I got all the wire we should need. So I have all the coils. I have the 16 of these guys. This might make extra. I hope it makes extra. Considering the fact that it's 16 and 32. How is this going to go wrong? How is this going to go wrong? We need 16 coils. So we need to have 1, 2. Let me keep an eye on this so that way I don't accidentally overcraft. But we should have 16 left over. Why is it like that? Wait. We have enough to make a bunch extra. I did the math wrong or something. Huh? It's weird. How many does it make? 16. I need some extra plates then. Yeah, I did the math wrong. Maybe. Or something. Something is wrong. I'm not sure whether it's the math or whether it's just that I had extra or something. It doesn't matter anyway. We're still going to have enough. I mean, 16. We needed 32, right? We're also going to need titanium and tungsten, which we already have tungsten over there. I think I'll just bring more titanium or iron and titanium over. The titanium is going to be for something else. It's going to be for the actual centrifuge elements. We're only going to need 4 of those UF6 upgrades or whatever. I think. But I'm not sure. Okay, 32 motors are done. They're ready to be converted into thingies inside this machine here. And to make those thingies, you need steel plates and titanium plates, which you need to have, well, double the amount of these, I guess. So, that's a lot, but don't worry, because, I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. Let's go ahead and, we're gonna need 2 stacks of titanium, 2 stacks of steel, which, I mean, we are making steel like it is nothing right now. So, I mean, 2 stacks of steel is going to be absolutely fine. Fine with me. Okay, there we go. There's our 2 stacks of steel and 2 stacks of the other stuff. And it's done. That is, the gas centrifuge is done. Well, relatively, because I still need to do 64 tungsten thingies. That's right, we need to do 64 of those. Which is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited about it. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Let's make these. We need tungsten wires. We need tungsten ingots. I do have tungsten in here. Somewhere. It's hiding. Somewhere. Can I find it? Probably. There's 50. Do I have enough to make a stack? I didn't think I would need a stack, but I'm going to need a stack for sure. I might not need a stack at all, though. I haven't checked. I just want to make a stack for fun. Oh, wait, we have extra of these, by the way, so we don't need to worry about that. Actually, we're still going to make a stack. Because... Oh, what? Let me check this. Huh. Let me check this again. It needs 4 of them for each, and we're trying to make 8 of them. We need 32. Alright, good thing I didn't make that. So I just need to make 4 stacks of wires, basically. As you can see, the 32 turned into 4 stacks of 64. And if I take those, wrap them around this thing, it will just do its stuff. It's pretty good. Here is 32 heating coils, ready to go, ready to make our gas centrifuges, which is a lot of gas centrifuges, might I add. This is the most I've ever made. Actually, it is the most I've ever made. I was gonna say I think it's the most I've ever made. No, this is definitely the most I've ever made, because I mean, come on, You saw what happened in the last playthrough with the watch reactor. We're not taking that chance again. Because basically what happened with that one is that it got too clogged. And I just left it running. Because, I mean, that's why we're going to be super redundant with our safety features. We're going to make sure this thing cannot explode even if it wants to. It will explode when I let it explode. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, now it's time to make these. I hope this makes 8. I hope that makes 8. I don't know. I did the math. It should make 8. I'm just hoping it does. We're almost done with the welded technetium. How much energy do we got left? Do I need to shut it down? Everything looks pretty clear, so I think we're safe. On energy, these guys are probably just hauling the energy out, which is why it's not a problem. I honestly don't understand. Like, I can't actually tell you how much energy we got left if I cannot see how much energy is in those, but I'm assuming it's a lot of energy because in these guys there's like 100 giga HE, as we like to say here. Giga HE, because why not? Here's some oxygen. Liquid oxygen. The future. Imagine if all the oxygen in your lungs just liquefied. That'd probably be a problem. Cast technetium plate. How much we got? 28 left. We got 22,000 in there, which is... that's enough to craft all of the rest at once. Awesome. How much of these guys do we have? 7? 7's pretty good. So it looks like I got it on the dot with how many we're gonna need. The next thing is gonna be hoppers. And a bunch of other stuff. Because it's just what this is gonna need. You see, this can actually make so much of the nuclear waste stuff that it can, well, I mean, or all the products from the nuclear waste, that it can back itself up. It can clog itself, which is an issue. So, and we're not dealing with the coolant yet. The coolant's going to be in a future episode, maybe next episode. But next episode I have plans to deal with other redundancy features. So, here is our 8 gas centrifuges. An actual boatload of them. Powering them, we're going to power them somehow. Now, let's go ahead and get some pipes and set these up for watz mud. This is going to require a pipe that goes above that thing, but we're not going to set that up yet. We're going to switch over our thingy to watz mud. That's not a liquid nuclear waste. That's not it. That is not it. Mud. Poisonous mud. Boom. And then we can just go in these guys and put it in them. Now, here's something you need to know is that you do not want to run this pipe next to these other guys. If you run them next to these guys, then it will completely change the watz mud setup. So that's heavy sludge fraction. That is poisonous sludge gas. I guess then if I do this one, it does the whole thing. Crap. I gotta do it all by hand, I guess. What is this guy? Heavy sludge fraction, poisonous sludge gas. Why is it like that? This should just be, the other stuff, shouldn't it? I don't know. Does that work if I shift click them? No. Dang. This one is poisonous sludge gas. I guess it's poisonous sludge gas for all of them. And then I have to set this one by default? Why is it like this? Why? Why does it act like this? Anyway, we're going to have hoppers underneath these guys. And the hoppers are going to take out all the garbage. Which is... yeah. And then we got to automate the disposal of all that garbage because, yes, this thing produces a lot of garbage. It's the Rubbish Maker 5000. This, however, is going to need to be hooked up to something else, which is going to be one of these. This is a steel barrel. Now, you'll notice this is strongly corrosive. Can store corrosive fluids, but this is strongly corrosive. Does that mean it cannot be put in the thing? Alright, we're going to need these guys then. Welded, well, not welded technetium. These are technetium barrels. Let's make some, we're going to make 2 of those. I believe that's what we're going to need. They can store 2,400. And the good thing is that I'll show you how these things can work with comparators. And we can use redstone signals to control how much is in them. It also works with capacitors. You can use comparators on them as well. Basically anything in the mod you can use a comparator on. Well, energy blocks, anything that stores something. Like energy, liquid, anything like that. That's how I'm going to basically control whether or not we are disposing of excess mud. That's how I will make the fail-safes. Because that's what we're going to do, is we're going to have very effective fail-safes, because you all know what happens when this does not go well. If it explodes, it's very expensive, because of all that welded technetium and stuff. Well, it would be expensive if I didn't have a fusion reactor. I mean, that would be more expensive to lose. I don't know which one I would hate losing more, but sometimes I just don't want to use them at all because of how expensive they are. It's so worrisome whenever they just go and explode out of existence. It's just got 10 more welds, it looks like. That's not 10 more welds, that's 9. That's actually... Oh, because it's the welded cadmium, it's got welded cadmium in there too. Alright, I'm welding up the technetium. So, technetium is being welded in there, and, yeah. That's gonna take a second. Probably. Come on, give me the welded technetium, because I know it's in there. Uh-oh, I filled my inventory with steel ingots. That's my bad, guys. Oops. Oops. Wait, why is he not shoving into... Why is he not shoving in the technetium or something? There should be technetium in there. This is, it's a bit of a problem. My inventory's full of garbage now. Let me check and see if it's in here. Yeah, but why? Why has it gotta be in there? Alright, so we're going to make the barrels now, which these guys don't actually cost any of that tar, so you can make these without tar. That's actually nice. And these can hold 2,400 versus 1,600, so these are superior to the regular steel barrels, as you can see. Look at those. Amazing.